Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In this episode, I do believe we are going to be finishing up the rest of the Water Temple. And yeah, this video is a half hour long as you can see here. Also, we're in this room and there's no walls here, it's like we're outdoors. Also, pay close attention. Once you go past this tree, you'll see that Link's reflection on the water disappeared for some reason. And how could that be, you may ask? Well, let's just take a look around here. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. The hell? Who's that over there? Is that some kind of dark figure? Some kind of... That can be my own reflection, isn't it? Is it my true self? Oh, I got a dark self. Alright, so let's see here. Dark Link, conquer yourself. Alright, folks, so yes, this is probably one of the most iconic kind of fights in this game. This is Dark Link. Or actually, he could be a different... Yes, even though like it looks like he's calling himself Dark Link, even when you do actually give Link different names, this name will actually still be carried over to Dark Link here. So like you could say like Dark Tyler. I mean, if I call myself Tyler, he'll be Dark Tyler for you. Call him anything like Dark Dumbass. I mean, if I call himself Dumbass, then he'll be Dark Dumbass. And yeah, this is basically one of the ways you can actually kill Dark Link, just like that here. If you can actually, if you don't lock onto Dark Link and use the Bigron sword, then yeah, you just cheese him just like that. See, it didn't take me that long to kill him. So yeah, there's actually different ways you can do. Like basically, Dark Link will actually just copy off all your attacks, like with the Master Sword. Oh yes, by the way, this is an upgrade to the hook shot. We have the long shot. This makes me love the hook shot even more because now we can actually just take longer shots with this. Hence the name Long Shot. Look at this. Ah, yeah, this game is so much better about this with an upgraded hook shot. We have a long shot. Ah, I love it so much. Yes, an upgraded hook shot. Ah, man, my dreams have finally come true at long last. Thank you, Ocarina of Time. I love you even more now because of the upgraded hook shot. But anyway, so yeah, back to Dark Link. You saw exactly how I attacked him, right? I made this look easy actually, because like, oh yeah, Navi's saying to don't get swallowed by the vortexes, so yeah, it's actually a current right here, so... Anyway, so yeah, there's actually multiple ways you can actually, defeat Dark Link. You can either use Dense Fire, you can also use the Megaton however you want to. If you try using the Master Sword, he'll just deflect off it because he'll just copy off your attacks. But yeah, the other way you can do so is that just by using the Big Goron sword, and that's actually what I did. And if you make sure you don't lock onto him, so that way there you can actually just be able to attack him like that, and it'll take a lot of hits basically. So yeah, I actually just got that done like real quick, like as you just saw there. So so yeah, that's actually like the easiest way to just very much cheese that mini boss there. And talk about a big legged alligator moment too, because like Dark Link basically appears right out of nowhere. And, and like with no foreshadowing whatsoever. Foreshadowing. I see what I did there, but after that, it never gets brought up again. So yeah, definitely a big legged alligator moment for there. But yeah, just by not locking onto Dark Link and then just use the big Goron sword, then that's how you can actually cheese him. That's actually what I did. So this fight did not take long at all after what I did there. And also the health that Dark Link has will be the same amount of the hearts that you have. So like with the amount of hearts I have right now, then the fight could actually potentially take longer. But to those of you if you're doing a let's say a 3-heart run, then Dark Link will actually have only like 3 hearts. So the fight itself won't really take as long. So that's what you can do. But yeah, I can actually just remember Dark Link from from Zelda 2. Like he was actually the final boss in Zelda 2. Like basically has some sort of final test for Link before getting the Triforce of Courage. But yeah, that's what you do. Like it's basically one of the most challenging fights of all. Well, considering how challenging that game was, but there's also of course that cheat where you can actually do it just by doing the going against the wall. Actually, speaking of Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, this is also another thing I probably should have brought up like episodes before. But if you actually seen the names of the stages, did you guys know that the names of the stages actually share the exact same names as those towns in Zelda 2? Yeah, if you guys probably didn't know that, it's kind of a nice reference, or I guess you could say it's kind of a callback. I would say, like if you're just going by the order of the games. But of course, going by chronological order, considering that technically Ocarina of Time does take place before all that, like earlier in the Zelda timeline, then this would mean that the towns are actually named after those stages. Considering Zelda 2 takes place all the way like basically at the end of that one timeline. Well, Actually, by the time this game comes out, then yeah, probably at the end of the the ongoing timeline then. But of course, that's kind of where it gets a little more split from there. But of course, I'm now. I thought at first I didn't realize I wasn't really talking much about the Zelda timeline, but I actually did get to do so, and well, and of course, you know, as I'm going through these Zelda Let's Plays, I do talk about like where those take place. So I'm kind of still talking about the Zelda timeline. I think I've already mentioned those in earlier Zelda games. Like, let's say in my Let's Play of Link to the Past, I did talk about how I think I did mention how it takes place before Zelda 1 and 2, and then Link's Awakening being a direct sequel to A Link to the Past, and then now I got to Ocarina of Time in this game though, and I actually did mention that this game does take place before Link to the Past. But of course, as I continue going on with subsequent Zelda games, then that's where things get a little more complicated from there. But yeah, I'll still continue to talk about the Zelda timeline, like how their kind of placements and basically like how they occur. So for now, I'm just gonna say like you know, with the Ocarina of Time taking place before A Link to the Past, and you know. And there are also some other references I could do, and just kind of like connect those, or just you know, intertwine those kind of events. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, with a long shot, so we can actually just reach over to places that are too far for us to reach, because we actually did see beforehand, like for instance, when I got that gold Skulltula, that that I wasn't able to reach it beforehand because it was too far away. But now with a long shot, and since it's an upgraded hook shot, to where now I can actually just reach things that are too far away from me, then that was how I got that gold Skulltula that was over there. So now we can actually just reach far away places with the long shot, and yeah, that just makes me love the hook shot even more with that. Oh man, because you know the hookshot was already my favorite Zelda item, and Ocarina of Time just actually managed to just upgrade it to be able to hook onto it, or hook on to something longer. And I love this game because of it. Because like you know, Ocarina of Time just does things like so much better here. You know, with being able to equip us with 3 items, which is an absolute godsend, by the way. It really is. And, you know, and also with the refined combat and all that, you know, with new sword techniques, and also the lock-on feature, that really just makes things a lot better. And, you know, and because of that, that's what really makes the game age so much well. And, you know, even to this day, it really does hold up. Because I know, because Shigeru Miyamoto said so that he really wanted to make this game good, and my God, he really did. He really did keep his word with wanting to make this game good. So yeah. Kudos to Shigeru Miyamoto for this. The game is still phenomenal, of course. I know these days people are saying saying this to be subjective, like you know. I know there could be people that don't really like this game very much, and you know, not really big fans of it, and you know, there could be some people that prefer A Link to the Past over this game. And, you know, to each their own, basically. I mean, you know, I wouldn't harp on them. You know, if you actually like you know, one game over the other. I could see like some other games being better, of course. Well, I mean, you know, I really do love this game to death, but I would say that the next game over, of course, Majora's Mask is also a lot better as well. Like, you know, Ocarina of Time really does come as a close second for me, but Majora's Mask does some other things that are better. And so, of course, I absolutely cannot wait to get to that game because, you know, it is without doubt my favorite Zelda game, and as a matter of fact, my favorite game of all time. You know, considering that, you know, The Legend of Zelda is without a doubt my absolute favorite video game series, and so with Majora's Mask being my favorite Zelda game, then naturally it just be, you know, my favorite game of all time. So, of course, you know, I really cannot wait to get till I get to that game. I'm so excited for that. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually just gonna save it till like you know, maybe once I get to about like 20 Let's Plays. Yeah, I'll actually make Majora's Mask being my 20th Let's Play, you know, because you know, having reached a milestone just like that, it'll be like basically my 20th Let's Play to go to. So so I'll just do some other Let's Plays first, and then I'll just get to that game. Anyway, so yeah, oh yeah, this is where you want to hurry, because this is under a very short time limit, as you can see here, so you want to hurry over to that one. That's why we had the long shot. So yeah, I'm just going on rambling things off topic. You know, I did say to myself that, you know, considering how long the water temple was, and this video, yeah, look how long this video is. Like, you know, you can see you see the timer on the video itself, like just being 31 minutes long. Well, you know, that's basically how long the water temple is. Well, maybe not so much the temple itself. There's like some other things, like, you know, some longer cutscenes and kind of a long boss fight that we had to go through. Because, like, yeah, there's only about, like, a couple more rooms to go, so we're kind of, like, we're almost done here, technically. It's just, you know, the video itself is very long, so, yeah, I did say that, that the videos are going to be very long, and, yeah, I actually did manage to actually just split the, Water Temple into 2 videos. I mean, I never thought I was going to do that. I thought I was going to, like, gonna take a few more episodes, but no, I actually managed to just split the videos in 2, even though they actually do manage to be a lot longer than I intended them for them to be. I guess just, you know, probably because of other cutscenes going on, and since we'll be finishing off the temple, so yeah, because of that, I did say that I was gonna have find some things to talk about that doesn't really have anything to do with the video in question, but or at least the game in question or the dungeon itself. I did say I was gonna do that, but you know, at least I found a few things, so I'll just try to see if there's like anything else I do wanna mention. But yeah, that's just yeah, that's just all there is at this point. So but yeah, in fact, I was gonna continue on what I was gonna say, but I guess I kind of forgot what I was. I think it was probably because the I was thinking like maybe the video link itself that I was going to talk about, but you know, I kind of lost I lost my train of thought for on that one. But yeah, let me see here. Yeah, I guess I've nothing else to say about But I mean, you know, I know I did. Oh, actually, first and foremost, let me just stop myself there. Yeah, remember those guys? You do want to be careful jumping into those because yeah, remember the stingers from Jabba Jabba's belly? Well, they are once they're underwater, they're actually more aggressive. So you want to go ahead and just shoot those with an arrow until every single one of those is gone, because they will be relentless with their attacks if you go into the water like that. This puzzle can be pretty annoying because you have to go back and forth constantly. You want to start with bombing those walls that are there. That actually really does look suspicious enough. And then this actually involves you having to go to each side constantly just to push that one block. So so yeah, this part of the puzzle can be very annoying with pushing those blocks. With constantly having to go back and forth on each side because we have to push the block over to that switch that's down underwater. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to because it's actually a very light switch where we have to come off, then it'll reset itself. So we had to push that block that's over there. So yeah, it's gonna be taking a lot of back and forth between pushing and pulling there. So yeah, I mean, almost I would say almost kind of similar to the Ice Palace in A Link to the Past, but yeah, that's like. But like that's but the one thing that actually mitigate that is just by going to the Misery Mire. I think it was a Misery Mire where you can just get the Candace Moria to actually just get that just get that block puzzle done right off the bat. But for this one, there's actually no other way. So so yeah, because well, let me think. Yeah, I think another reason why this video is going along because, you know, I also did want to get this dungeon done and over with, but yeah, at least I did split the dungeon in 2 parts, just like I did with the other dungeons. But you know, that's because of how long the dungeon was and some other lengthy stuff that goes on. Then that's why it was a half-hour long. So for that, I kind of do apologize, but you know, it's just that's just the way that things would be going. Yeah, going back with this game, like, you know, with some people preferring one thing over the other, you know, I know there's always this ongoing debate about like, you know, with people saying that they prefer Link to the Past over Ocarina of Time. You know, like I said, to each their own. There also could be some instances where you know, people just go and fight over those and just basically, like, you know, they just go and badmouth and insult each other for like this game or Link to the Past, and you know, that's just very vindictive as fuck. I gotta say there, because like, you know, I mean, because for one thing, you know, I did say previously in my Let's Play of Link to the Past that I am one of those people who actually still to this day prefer Ocarina of Time over Link to the Past. But you know, if you prefer the other games over the other, you know, that's absolutely fine. You know, it's your opinion, and you know, it's something that, you know, I would never, you know, just you know, take a lot away from you. It's just, don't go pissing on other people saying that they suck for not liking the game, because you know, because like, you know, because that's one thing that really pisses me off is that, you know, you don't like something, and you know, if you actually dislike one game, like, you know, if you don't like Ocarina of Time very much, then that's absolutely fine. You know, it's your opinion, but just don't go giving other people shit for liking whatever game that you guys might not like, and you know, just calling them, you know, stupid, or just basically raining on people's parades. Like, just fuck off. This is something that, you know, because if you go and behave that way, then that really makes you a piece of shit. If you just do that. So like, you know, and you know, and same thing with and you know, same thing with people that might like the game, and then they just get on to other people for disliking their game, because you know, if you like a game, that's fine. Just don't expect to actually just for other people to like the same thing that you do, because you know, people might have a different mentality. And, you know, the same thing goes for people who dislike the game. So, you know, just don't go giving other people shit for just because they don't have the same mentality as you do. And honestly, though, with when people actually hating a game for the sake of hating it, those are something I actually definitely do find more toxic, because that would just reek of negativity, and actually just just basically shitting on other people for liking those games, because you know, like I said, it's very vindictive. Really makes you come off as an absolute asshole, and I've seen those quite a few times, and I hate people that are like that. I really do. So you know, it's like those kind of people just, you know, are incapable, or just don't know how to respect other people's opinions, even though they might have different mentalities from that. So you know, just don't expect other people to have the exact same opinion, because that's just not because that's just not possible. Because you know, they're video games overall. Because you know, there's no law saying they have to like or dislike whatever game there is, or have people having the same kind of mentality as, you know, whatsoever. Yeah. Because you know, people are just toxic like that, and so. You know, that's just stuff I see, especially on Twitter. Or actually, no, X. I would say, you know, fuck it. I'm not calling it X. You know, because Elon Musk is a piece of shit. That's what he is, and you know, especially since he started taking the role of owning Twitter, and that's when things started going downhill. And you know, it may be called X. No, it's not called X. I refuse to acknowledge the fact that it's called X now. And I refuse to call it that either. It still is and always will be Twitter to me. So I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if I had to call it a different name. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not calling that. I'm still calling it Twitter. So don't change my mind at all. I'm sure everybody else agrees as well, right? I just talk about it like different opinions too. But yeah, yeah. I guess that's just pretty much all I'd say about that though. Because, yeah, I know I've talked about how, you know, how toxic those people can be, about, like, you know, their ongoing biases and all that. But anyways, so it looks like we're pretty much almost done with this temple, because, like, we had the boss key now, and so now we're ready to water level, and so with the long shot that we have, we couldn't reach over there before because we didn't have the long shot. But now we do, so we have the boss key, and then we can head over there, and so we're just about ready to tackle the boss. And we're doing that now, though, because the rest of the video is going to be long, and I actually kind of do take long against the boss, and there's kind of a reason for that. Oh, something I actually choose to do, so my humblest and my most sincere apologies. I gotta say, though, like, you know, so far we have 3 stage medallions, like, you know, with 3 stages awakened, and also, yeah, I'm counting a Rauru, even though we haven't been to the light dungeon, but yeah. So we have like 3 stage medallions, and we all have like 3 more left. So yeah, we're pretty much just about halfway done, I would say. So yeah, just 3 more to go, and so yeah, we're just not much longer to go. Alright, so let's go into the boss room, and, Link, look out! That isn't normal water over there. Looks like normal water to me. It's very blue. What could be happening here? Oh yeah, by the way, I switched over to the Master Sword, and yeah, I know I could have finished it off quicker with a bigger one sword, and so because of that it does take longer. But you know what? I did say I already mentioned this beforehand that when I go to these boss fights, I'm still going to use the Master Sword because I actually prefer it that way, and it's kind of canonical at this point. It's actually something I actually would rather do. And because, it feels more epic like that because, it's Link's go-to sword, so it's going to take a little longer, but, I choose to do that because I like using the Master Sword against the bosses. It feels more awesome like that, so... Anyway, what the hell? What's it looking at me like that? What is this thing? Giant aquatic amoeba, Morpha. Huh, it's big, pressed toothpaste. Okay, rather weird. Alright, so yeah, here we have, Morpha. Master of the Water Temple. It has absolute control of water. Pull out its nucleus and attack it. Alright, so this is basically kind of the whole strategy with Morpha, but this is actually something you want to watch out for, though, because once the nucleus in Morpha actually just waves around in the air, that kind of a bubbling noise, that is because that it's going to be using that one attack where, it's doing this right here. You want to be very careful right here, and yeah, that's actually an attack, because if you actually get, I cut it off right here because I kind of struggle a bit here, but you do want to be careful though, because if you get too close to Morpha while it's attacking you like that, it will grab onto Link, and then he will toss and turn Link around, and will fling against the room, and potentially against those spikes, and that actually does hurt. So you really do want to be careful because that'll definitely hurt. Actually, so much so because it even shows on Morpha's official artwork about showing him grabbing Link. So yeah, because it might tend to happen if you're not careful enough, and so that's how they even showed it. And so basically, the way to defeat Morpha is that you have to use a long shot, and basically just longer to Morpha. And the easiest way to do is when it's using its grabbing attack, and if you ever, and once it does that, then that gives you an easier chance to use the long shot. So just to hook onto the nucleus itself, because that's basically the weak point. And so once you grab onto it, it'll come over to you, and then that's when you want to attack it just by slashing at it. And it can be very tricky, I gotta say, because like, and this is also one of the reasons why it's taking longer, because I'm using the Master Sword against it, and it does take quite a lot of attacks against it to with the Master Sword itself. Or if you're using the big wand sword, then they can actually just cheese this one. What you can try to do at least is that if you're actually absolutely able to, then they can actually just try to attack as much as you can. But unfortunately, I kept trying to do that, but but it kept bouncing around, because that's what the nucleus will do. Is that it'll constantly bounce around, and it makes things even harder to try to get close to an attack. And so yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm taking long for this one, because I was trying to give it a couple more slashes against the nucleus, but it keeps bouncing away from me, and so it becomes out of my reach. And even when I try to use the long shot, then it keeps moving around like that, and so it's harder, because with this, because of the way it bounces around, the long shot wouldn't exactly be, it doesn't have, at least a complete accuracy for this one. Because that's why I'm having a harder time trying to latch onto it, so that way they're going to be able to grab that nucleus, just like that right there. And so I'm only able to give it just a one sword slash because it just bounces away from me, and so now it's hard to reach because I can't even try to make an accurate attack against with a long shot. So yeah, for this one I really do apologize if it's taking longer. And yeah, I know you guys are probably screaming at me right now, just going like, use a big wand sword, making things quicker. But I like using the Master Sword against these bosses. It feels, because maybe it's because I don't really like finishing things off too quick, but because it feels awesome like that just by using the Master Sword, because it is called the Blade of Evil's Bane for a reason. And so I'm always going to be using the Master Sword no matter what. So don't tell me what to do. It's how I play it. I know a lot of other guys like to cheese things like that. So you guys can play it your way if you want to, but I do things my way. It's my channel, my Let's Play. I do what I want. And so for that, I'm just gonna use Master Sword no matter what. So so yeah, you're gonna be seeing Link here, and there we go. Yeah, it's just like that. Yeah, I know it did take pretty long for this, but yeah, so just one more then. So now Morpha is done. I guess I was just going on a bit of a tangent, so that's how I was able to just kill Morpha just like that pretty easily. Well, just that's how I saw the cutscene of Morpha getting defeated. All right, so with that, and now Morpha's gone. We are done with the Water Temple at long last. Yeah, finally, right? Yeah, and 2 videos no less, but it did take pretty long. But now the Water Temple's done and over with. No more of this Dragoness. And so with that, the curse of the Water Temple and Lake Hylia by extension is now broken. And so we'll be able to save those. And yeah, I'm actually just go around to look for the Architainer because like the Architainer here is pretty hidden well. So I had to go around and was like, all right, where's our Architainer? Because I didn't want to leave without it because that's like rule number 1: never leave without the Architainer unless you're doing a 3-heart run. But yeah, I had to go look for it first. And just grab first, because I go, where'd it go? And there was. Just before I stepped into the blue portal. Alright, and back at the Chamber of Sages, once again, we already guessed, of course, you know, who the stage was. It's already predictable at this point. You already meet the character inside the Water Temple, but now we already know who the stage is. Yeah, of course, you guessed it, it's Ruto. Be the stage of water. Link. I would have expected no less from the man I choose to be my husband. Sorry, I'm kind of stirring it there because I'm throwing my words again. Zora's domain and its people will eventually return to their original state, except it'll still be frozen though. As a reward, I grant my eternal love to you. Oh, alright. Well, that's what I wanted to say, but I don't think I can offer that now. Yeah, because being the sage is essentially being cock-blocked. Yep, her being the sage of water is like just being a chamber of sage is one of the biggest cock-blocks there is. Even though there are some different species. Hi, you can't hide anything from me. Well, you know, you're a fish. Stay out of it. Princess Zelda, she's alive. I can sense it, so don't be discouraged. I can tell that nothing will stop you in your quest for justice and peace. You must take this medallion. Take it respectfully. Yeah, okay, I'll just take that respectfully. I know that's what you want me to do. Alright, so with that we have now received the Water Medallion, which actually does look like a snowflake, as you can see here, because just like with the Forest Temple, there was supposed to be another themed dungeon called the Ice Temple, which of course that also does get scrapped, but the leftover ones does eventually become the Ice Cavern, which is a mini dungeon. If you see Sheik, please give him my thanks, okay? Yeah, the moment that we're supposed to think that Sheik is a guy. At the moment, you know, during the time of this game. And, yeah, one of the rare instances where we have a cutscene, so yeah, that's, with that, the curse of the Water Temple is broken, and so, now Lake Hylia is, rising back up. As the water rises, the evil is vanishing from the lake. Link, you did it. Oh, thank you. Never thought we'd actually, see you here after we get done with the dungeon. That's, kind of a rare instance. Did Ruto want to thank me? I see. We have to return peace to Hyrule for her sake too, don't we? Well, she's not really the Princess of Hyrule, Zelda is. Look at that, Link. Together, you and Princess Ruto destroy the evil monster. Once again, the lake is filled with pure water. All is as it was here. Actually, it does look pretty here with the sunrise and all that. And just looking at the lake. But yeah, like I was saying, yeah, there was supposed to be an ice dungeon in the beta versions, and we'll actually be seeing more of that much later on, like in the final dungeon. But yeah, but I think that they actually took what was left from the ice dungeon that was scrapped, and then they just used it for the ice cavern that was a mini dungeon. Oh yeah, nice stunt there, Sheik. Yeah, being an absolute troll today, just by being out here and just having here. Yeah, Sheik's being a troll for no reason. Alright, so once you go back to the gameplay, the very first thing you want to do, and you want to hurry as well, is that you want to stand right over there while since the sun's rising, and then you want to shoot the arrow right at the sun while it's rising. And the reason for that is because we have a certain item, or actually a certain kind of elemental upgrade that we're going to be getting pretty soon. This little ice crystal and this arrow. What could this be, you may ask? Well, we'll have to see what it is, eventually. So let's just go head over to this island that's right over this way. And then we shall see. And it could be some kind of arrow upgrade, am I right? Because that's what it seems to be, of course. And we have the fire arrows. Alright, so this is basically one of those arrow upgrades that you can, or one of those elemental arrows. If you set to the, if you set the fire arrows to C, you can actually be able to shoot the arrows and it'll create some fire. That's the name of fire arrows. You want to be careful though, because this actually does eat up your magic, so you want to, try not to use it too much there. And one last thing before I end off this episode is that we're gonna want to play the we're gonna switch over to nighttime because there is a gold scutula that's supposed to be up in the up in this dead tree that's up there, or this chopped up tree, I would say. So we want to use the long shot there because we can only use the long shot for this one, and so there's the gold scutula. So let's go and nab that token real quick, and then we should be able to get our next token just like that right there. There we go. So we got another gold scutula, and so that should be for this episode. So we are finally done with the water temple at long last. We're done with all that, and so that's another stage awakened, and so just about a couple more to go. So yeah, we're just about halfway there in this game. So yeah, not much longer to go. So anyhow, next on Let's Play Ocarina of Time, we are going to I guess find out where to go next because not really giving a hint where to go next. So we'll just have to see where to go. So I will see you guys then.